Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about how can create some of the class component, okay, and also how can load it, and we successfully load our this class component. And now in this video, I want to discuss about that JSX. That means if you go to the React documentation, into the React documentation, there is a main concept. Into the main concept here, you can see there is our JSX. So what exactly that means? Like here, if you go some of the like here, there is our specific children, there is a JS object. So there is actually the JSX represented object. Okay, so into the JS represented object, so what exactly it's do? Like here you can see there is actually the constant, that is the elements, that means that is one of the variable, and into the elements area you can load one of the h1 tag. So that is one of the JavaScript. But if you want to run the same code into the JavaScript, what exactly you have to do? You have to make the things like that way, right? So that will be our JavaScript, and that same code will be run in our HTML code area, right? So if you go to our page, like that is our app.js, so that is also one of the JavaScript page, right? So into the JavaScript page, if you want to load your input logo, so here previously that one they have some of the logo. Like if you want to load some of the logo, and after that I want to load one of the image tag. So image and the src, into the image src here, if you want to load that logo, that means here that is our input logo. So I just simply loaded our input logo, and then I named that class name. That is actually one of the class name. That is class name I want to add one of the class name as a app logo. So that is actually by default, that was previously on here as a alert, and I just make that alert as a logo. Okay, and now I just simply finish it. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh your page, yeah, you can see our image is now perfectly loaded. So maybe that one is a app. Okay, that is a app logo. Click as a save all, refresh it. Yeah, you can see it's now perfectly now loaded. So that is actually the image. You can into the JavaScript, so that is on the JavaScript page, and into the JavaScript page you can use that image tag. If you want to add some of the p tag, that is all that HTML code, right? If you want to use that p tag, like here hello, and I just added that p tag. And now if you click as a save all here, if you refresh it, yes, you can see it's also now perfectly loaded. But if you want to write down that things in our JavaScript code, then you have to write this like that way, right? So that is the position is now converting, and you can access all that your HTML code into the JavaScript area. So that is one of the JavaScript area. You can use that image tag, the one of the HTML code. There is a p tag, one of the HTML code. So that is actually defined by this JSX. That means the JavaScript XML file. So this service is providing by this JSX. I hope it's very much clear to you. So right now, for the reasons you can see, you can actually use it, and you can also visible all that your images and the p tag HTML, all that code in your JavaScript area. So that is the things actually done by this JSX. And also they have the another things, they have one of the div. So whatever the things we will do, you have to add that everything in our this particular div area. If you want to add some of the another div, like I show you, then it will be very much clear to you. Like here there is one of the div, right? That means in our app function there is one of the div. If you want to create another div, like here I take another one as a div, and now I just added on the h1 tag, and I just name it this is test, this type of one of the h1 tag, and then I want to finish that div. So I just simply finish it. So I have created one of the div, and that is actually I created this div outside our main div. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, now you can see it's now showing that error. That means you cannot create any div outside this our main div area. Okay, so you cannot create any div outside this main div area. Whatever the things you will create, you have to create it in particular this div. Okay, like here if you want to do, if you cut it, and if you want to add that things inside this div, click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, Now you can see it's now perfectly loaded outside our component. So I think you can understand that concept. So whatever the things you have to do, you have to add the things in our particular this dev area. Okay. And also you can use that HTML code and the p tag, everything actually supported by this JSX. That means the JavaScript XML file. So with this, you can actually add some of the code, that means HTML code in our JS area, right? So it's now perfectly working. So right now I don't need this. I just simply remove both of these, click on save all, refresh it. Yeah, it's now perfect. So in our next video, I'm going to discuss about the props, the how can working with the props in React.js. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.